morning. Today is July 2nd. It's a Saturday. It's a little bit past the afternoon right now. I checked out of my motel. I'm right now in my car. I'm at this point, and I have been since Thursday, homeless. I'm still trying to find somewhere to move my fifth wheel trailer so I can have my belongings safe in a property I can control. But as of now, I still don't have anywhere to go. My boyfriend, who's living on the property with me, does not have a restraining order against him. So he was on the property Friday and Thursday night, the first night I stayed at the hotel. He stayed and watched my animals and our belongings that are here because we don't feel safe in the current situation. So yesterday I'm at my motel and I got a call from my boyfriend telling me that his electricity was pulled out and that the cops were coming and that he needed the documentation of our making all of the money on the invoices to show that we have been paying to help support everything at the house and help keep all the bills paid. And so I did that, and I brought him the papers, and it took quite a long time for the dispatch to get any officers out to respond to his call. And when they finally had, they told him that, she could really do whatever she wants and take his electrical off and turn his water off, and he has really no say in the matter. She, by law, has to start an eviction process to get him to be legally kicked off of the property, but seeing from what the officers have done, apparently she can do anything in her power to make it an unlivable situation for us. So after the cops left and told him that, he of course wasn't happy about it and called me and asked if I could please come get him, which of course I had no problem with. And while I'm on my way to go get him, my mom decided to drive over to his trailer and start flashing her lights on the windows from high beams to low beams. And he came outside and she saw him and she reversed her car, and then she started driving her car towards his direction. And mind you, this person is acting as if we're the ones that are being confrontational, we're the ones starting these things, and that she's so in fear of us, but yet she's the instigator in this situation, just like she has been in many situations where we're simply just trying to get to the bottom of things and talk about why there's plenty of money to pay for things and why things aren't being paid, why behaviors are so odd, why hostility is so rampant whenever we bring up certain situations that just don't add up or don't make sense. And I know her intentions for not wanting me on the property are merely selfish and for her own peace of mind. She, since my father has passed away, had promised that her boyfriend, who my dad knew she was dating, my dad had told her not to bring this man on the property, that he was not allowed on the property. She had already told me and my sisters that this person would not be on the property, that he was not allowed on the property. Well, weeks after my dad's death, it was, I guess, a little bit older, and he was brought onto the property, and he's been brought on the property multiple times. He's taken my dad's old truck and was given that to him. He was just given that and was able to take that off the property. He walks around looking at personal belongings of my dad and making me and my siblings nervous about why are you interested in looking at these possessions of my dad who's no longer here. The next day after I was served the restraining order, my mom had this man come to the property and take yet another belonging from our household and load it into his trailer and leave with it. So, in my eyes, that's really her true motivation towards wanting me off the property. It's the fact that I'm the only one that questions her behavior. I'm the only one that's questioned the financial matters and the lack of support towards where the money has been where it has gone, and why things that had enough money to be paid for weren't paid, and just a clear explanation of that. I'm also the only one that has enough nerve to call her out when I can tell that she's been using, and I've witnessed her using. I've used with her. I know what she's like when she's using. I know how she acts. I am not naive to that world. I'm not a supporter of that world, but I understand why people turn to that. I myself have been in dark places where you don't want to feel what you're feeling anymore, and I get it. But when the drugs aren't the issue, it's the actions and decisions and the just utter having no care for anyone else that just shows me the true addiction. Alright, I gotta go. Bye.